Media Talks, the podcast that helps to better understand the world of media and video advertising.
Hello and welcome back to all our Media Talk listeners. So there's been a lot of talks around the rise of advanced TV, which we define as CTV, data-driven linear TV, video on demand, and addressable TV. And at FreeWheel, we actually did a survey at the end of last year. And when we saw marketers, and when we mean marketers, is agencies and advertisers, are sort of very bullish about this platform, which are all sort of seeing some very strong growth across many of the European markets. And I reckon, the ability to bring data to a TV-like environment is bringing a lot of excitement to buy-side players. However, to make this platform attractive and valuable, you need scale. But what I thought would be interesting is we hear quite a fair bit about, what's happening in France with addressable TV, or in Germany or the UK. But how does it play out in smaller countries such as the Netherlands? Can we make addressable or advanced TV more generally an attractive proposition in these countries? So to cover these questions, I have the immense pleasure to receive today Remon Buter from GroupM in the Netherlands. Remon, hello and welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me. Yeah, I said I'm Remon Buter, which pronounced of course in Dutch. I am the Chief Investment Officer of GroupM in the Netherlands, and what does it mean? I'm overseeing all investment activities, media spends from advertisers, from our agencies of course, which are Mindshare, Mediacom, Wavemaker, and Greenhouse. And our main objective is of course to increase communication value, media value for advertisers. I think this represents not only trading, we of course negotiate, but the fact we more invest in our propositions where we bring technology, tooling, even data solutions to the market to optimize these values. And we are approximately 30% of the market in the Netherlands, working for advertisers such as KPN, which is telecom provider, Unilever, Volkswagen Group, Coca-Cola, Zalando, Action, and many different other companies.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much for this, Raymond. So just to get us started, I just wanted to maybe have you how do you define advanced TV? Because it's going to be one of our topic today. And how important is advanced TV in your overall budget and at GroupM?
Yeah, that's two questions. And actually, how to define that? My definition is, and I define advanced TV as the combination. I call it the combination of CTV advertising on the big screen based on IP and addressable TV, which is mainly based actually on set-top boxes. In the Netherlands, we have a well-advanced cabled country, and it's all going through set-top boxes. You can call it non-linear advertising on the big screen as well. Mm-hmm. And in the TV budgets in the Netherlands, advanced TV is becoming more important because since the linear viewing time has been and is under so much pressure this year, it's 12-13%, that we're really facing a loss here. And that really has to do with the fact that more eyeballs are moving to asphalt platforms. And we also face a loss in terms of, if you look at TV advertising in general, we face a loss in qualitative value, which is compared, because there's less airtime, with really high inflation figures. 20%, this is what we expect this year. Even Belgium is higher, I heard. There's also an acquisition going on, 30%. Yeah, and this is the fact. So because there's less value and there's high inflation, advertisers are seeking for alternatives to compensate the declining ROI. And I think with the impact, because we have done a lot of research on CTV and also addressable TV, here lies a solution. So really an opportunity, I think, for the market and becoming more important.
Okay. So in my introduction, I talked about the the complexity of building scale for advanced TV channel, and in particular with CTV and addressable TV. So, what's your view here, and how do you manage or approach the different channels?
Yeah, and that is quite a challenge, as you were mentioning, because in the Netherlands it's not the English situation. Because we are a welcome cabled country, addressable TV has not been unlocked yet. And it's a fact, I said that already, that more eyeballs are moving to asphalt platforms where there's no advertising possible. On the other hand, we see more initiatives in the OTT spectrum. Example, if you look at Samsung TV distributes now, I think, more than 50 OTT channels, and there will be more. And the fact that SVOD, the subscription, is becoming more expensive for consumers, there really lies the opportunity. We all saw the Netflix announcement related to the fact that they might be advertising. But
yes.
the big bold move is not OTT. The big bold move is really unlocking addressable TV in the Netherlands. And that is only the way to create scale and add value towards the broadcasters. But that needs more parties to tango. You need really the distributor playing a role here. And so far, it has not been the case that they have come together. The distributor, the ISP, has the data. He distributes, of course, the content and the ads. We had a cable provider, which is KPN. They had withdrawn from this playfield, where they had a partnership announced with Talpa. And now RGL, which is the biggest commercial player, has announced an intention to work with VodafoneZiggo to introduce targeted advertising later this year. But the fact is, and we see it in many countries, that there's also a merger coming up between RTL and Talpa. And we don't know yet if this will be allowed by ACM, but you see all this attention is going to this merger, next to the fact, and we all know that the fact of usage of first-party data is, of course, on the strict law and privacy. But creating scale in advanced TV is really crucial. It's crucial to survive, where we know that also the globals, of course, want to play a dominant role in this area. So very exciting times. So, but how do we organize this? Of course, as your second question. We've got a proposition which is called Finecast. You probably heard about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is Finecast bringing to the market? Actually, it provides one point of single access for campaigns and advertisers. So we bring actually through our Finecast audience platform, we bring the market together, because the platform is a planning, forecasting, pricing tools, and ads combines data segments, creates data segments to deliver addressable campaigns from one way of working. And we always call it the intersection between advertisers, publishers, and distributors. So we want to make advertising work better. That's our proposition as GroupM. And I think through Finecast we are able to do that, but also helping clients in terms of delivering better creative campaigns connected to data segments. So long answer.
Very good.
I hope this is
No, but that's fine. So I was going to ask about Finecast, but you you stepped in. So thank you very much. So how do you see the market evolving then from now on? You said this is going to be a process. You mentioned that Netherlands is at an important time right now. So how do you see things evolving in the next sort of couple of years? And what do you think maybe the main driver for Advanced TV growth?
So actually what we see in the Netherlands, we see in all Europe. So in France, we had the merger between RTL, and Belgium is now been taken over. And now we're waiting for the acquisition of RTL and Talpa. The fact is that the international movement in terms of eyeballs moving towards other platforms will become important. So OTT and addressable, it will evolve in importance versus linear. I think everybody can see that because it combines high-screen advertising, and that delivers still the highest impact, especially with broadcaster content, high definition, with better targeting options. And it has also the possibility, if you add data segments, triggers, to deliver better dynamic creatives. So really is an opportunity for the industry to increase value within the TV sector. But eyeballs are moving, the cost of content increases, everything is getting more expensive. So it's also my expectancy, also due to stagflation or stagnation, which is lower economic growth and high inflation, that parties or publishers which now only deliver asphalt will move to hybrid solutions. Of course, Disney has its parks, Apple has its phones, but what has Netflix? Amazon has a shop, I always say. So they will be delivering AVOD solution to the market as well. And that's why I find it really exciting times. And then we have the local players, which is RTL, together with Talpa. They own Videoland in our country. And they will also be delivering a hybrid platform where there's advertising possible with lower tiers, with lower rates for consumers. Yeah, because the content is becoming too expensive for consumers. That all relates to so there are a lot of developments. So it relates to economic developments as well, how the market will evolve. But YouTube is also there, investing and focusing on the growth of targeted connected TV advertising. It has already a big percentage of the market. And there are the hardware providers, the Samsungs, the LGs, bringing more OTT channels to the market. And this also will lead to more consolidation in ad sales. So it's really the whole TV ecosystem which in transition, which I like. I like change. And also having a position, of course, within it as GroupM, how we can still deliver that value in that ecosystem, I think it creates the excitement. And also for you, especially for FreeWheel, for you guys as well, also to have a position in that area.
Absolutely. So, I mean, obviously, with the Netflix potentially getting into advertising, with all the sort of Apple and the Amazon and Google, as you were mentioning, this is a real transformation for the TV environment and for broadcaster in particular. Is there anything you think the sales side should be doing, or what would you like to see happening from the broadcaster to improve sort of a campaign performance or I would say return on ad spend?
Yeah, for us it's important. I call it independence. So being a sell side service provider, but not being independent, so relating to publishers or something like that, we don't like. We like to be able to work with partners which deliver direct, transparent integrations to the market. So being independent, great reporting, flexibility, no hidden fees or whatever, and delivering the best possible data and tooling integration, but also bringing our own solution to the market. So really connecting our platforms towards your platforms in a sort of independent way. And not becoming a walled garden. RTL tried it in Germany. I think that's not what we want. And the only thing you need to focus on having more local presence. I know you have been Janssen and Vincent, but I think you should really invest in this market to create a position, because I think you are a great company and you can help us in this way.
Very good. Thank you. Thanks for that. Remon, it's already the end of our sessions. It goes so fast that I'd love to carry on, because there's quite, as you say, it's an exciting time. There's so much changes coming up. And I think there's a lot of influx. I think ultimately you just have to be part of this and really embrace the change quickly. But I love to finish my podcast on a more personal questions, and I've done that with all my other guests. So I just want to ask you if there was something, like if you could share something that you deeply care about today.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to care about these days. And especially when it comes to war, but I won't go into that. But what I deeply care about, and this is really personal, is having friends on my age. I'm 55 years old, which have lived a healthy life and still living in a high life, but now facing cancer. And I have one of my friends has faced this, and there's no logic in this. So let's try to. I hope one day we can find a solution for this, because sometimes it's so unfair, and that's
Absolutely.
So this is what I really care about.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for sharing that. No, thank you. Thanks for sharing. Remon, it's been wonderful talking to you and get your perspective. So thank you for sharing all this and being with us today. And to all our Media Talks listeners, thank you for joining. We will return next month, as always. But until then, if you have any questions or if you think of any other idea for our podcast or any personalities you'd like us to invite or topics, do reach out to me. I'm on ejocelyn@freewheel.com. And you can find that as well on all the link on your podcast. So until next time, goodbye.
Thanks.
Thank you, Remon.